Okay, this might be my last video on this situation. Might come back when I think of more things on it, and also new things happen and all that, right? But the reason why I think the Snyder thing wouldn't have continued on and on and on is this is no fault of Snyder or anything like that, but Snyder tends to get movies for a long time, because I believe 300 was a very pretty long movie. Even when it was in theaters, it was decently long. And the fact that Snyder has Batman vs Superman extended cut being even longer than the theatrical thing, and people prefer the extended cut because it gives more context to the stuff. And the Snyder cut of Justice League is pretty much twice as long as the theatrical cut. And Zack Snyder didn't do. It was actually Joss Whedon, which the guy that did the Avengers movie. So the Zack Snyder was finished the direction and all that stuff for Justice League, I'm pretty sure if his Snyder cut was still planned to actually do something, he would have cut a lot out, at least 30 minutes of the movie, to make it fit the theatrical release. And also, I'm constantly hearing from people that like the Snyder cut that he only shot 6 minutes in his backyard for the extra scenes, which means he already shot the other 2 hours or something beforehand, which means he would have had to cut out a lot, because he didn't add hours of footage, which means he would have to completely just rework it if he wanted as much money as possible through the show times. And there's no debate on it or anything. The shorter the movie is, the more show times it has in theaters, and the more possibility it would have a lot of show times in the big screens, the IMAX and whatever. So all I'm saying is the theatrical cut probably would have made more if it was more liked. People enjoyed theatrical cut more. If it was equally liked as the Snyder cut, it would have made more if both movies were in the theaters, the separate occasions but same time, if that makes sense. Different universe, one universe, a really good theatrical cut of Joss Whedon version. In another universe, really it would be released in the Snyder cut would have been released in theaters. I'm pretty sure Joss Whedon cut would have made more money, the fact that it's shorter. So, and sorry about constantly talking about that, but fact that if the Snyder Cut was in theaters and if it failed, which most likely would have failed or would have not made as much money as they wanted, meaning it would be a high chance of them not continuing it, making the sequels, Justice League 2, 2, 3, and whatever, which means if they stopped making the sequels, they still would have had to reboot. So it's better to reboot a little earlier than that, so then they'll have time to establish stuff and all that. So sorry about constantly talking about this situation, but I think it would have not been for sure that this would have happened. If you want to continue something that wasn't planned to wasn't meant to always 100% continue, you would have pushed for the universe when Ron Reynolds was Green Lantern, because they pretty much confirmed that Ron Reynolds' Green Lantern would have been the beginning of a universe, and also the Tim Burton Batmans would have started a universe. And also Christopher Reeve's Superman would have possibly started a universe, because I'm pretty sure the Supergirl movie was connected. So Superman and the Supergirl, and then they might have continued from there. It's just the fact that that Supergirl movie failed, and of course people didn't like the sequels of the Superman movies, and also the fact that they made 4 Superman movies from that situation might have shown that making too many Superman movies was a pretty bad idea too. So all I'm saying is it's not 100% thing. Even if fan base push the whole thing that they want, it's never 100%. So yeah.